In this video, we're going to look at how to use the instructor guide in the Ready to Learn curriculum. The instructor guide helps you as an educator facilitate the learning experience for learners. It's important to understand that Ready to Learn is a humanistic curriculum, and a humanistic curriculum focuses on the student learning experience, and that design of a humanistic approach impacts the resources and how we use those resources to deliver the learning experience. Let's jump right into this instructor guide. Know that there is one guide for each unit. There's 22 units in the curriculum, and each unit has 4 lessons. So a guide contains the general directions for each lesson in the unit. Now, remember, Ready to Learn is humanistic. It focuses on the learner experience. You're going to use your instructor guide in conjunction with the slide deck to facilitate the learning experience. When you open up your instructor guide, you will see that the table of contents divides the instructor guide into its lessons and into its individual sprints. If you haven't looked at the video on slide decks, I highly recommend that you look at that video first. On the front of your instructor guides, you can look in the bottom left-hand corner to determine which instructor guide you are in. So you always have the unit mentioned right here at the bottom. And then know that all of the resources are color coordinated. So all lesson 1s are blue, 2 is green, 3 is purple, and lesson 4 is dark blue. Now when you open up your Ready to Learn instructor guide, you will see just some unit general overview information. These are the cognitive or learning to learn strategies that are in the curriculum. You'll have the flash cues, which are the imagery cues for the vocabulary. It'll focus and share with you information about the employability value, the occupation overview. All of these are just general overview elements for the unit. Now it's important to remember that the lessons in each of the 4 lessons in a unit are divided into sprints, and that's exactly how the instructor guide treats the lessons. It takes the lesson preview and it shares with you this particular lesson has 13 sprints. Now remember that a sprint can be anywhere between 2 to 3 minutes long and 25 minutes long. The entire lesson is about 2.5 hours, but just because it has 13 sprints doesn't mean that each one of these takes a really long time. This is just mini lessons, very quick, short mini lessons that it breaks the lesson down into. Now the instructor guide is best used with the slide deck. On this particular sprint, this is lesson, it's a blue, so I know that it comes from lesson 1, and this is sprint 3. This says right up here that there's no learner workbook and that it uses the GIST summary strategy. That's a cognitive strategy. This just helps you because we have a reference guide on cognitive strategies and teaching those. So anytime it references a cognitive strategy, it wants to make sure that the curriculum wants to make sure that it helps you find that cognitive strategy in case you want more details about it. The first word in your instructor guide corresponds with the first word in your sprint deck. This is also true for the last word. In addition to that, the instructor guide provides the sprint steps. You'll notice that the steps always focus on the action word. Display, read, discuss, discuss, discuss. This tells you what the action is that the learners will be doing. It provides a description of the sprint and the rationale and the objectives. These 3 pieces of information will help you make decisions when you want to reduce or expand a sprint to meet your individual teaching and learning needs. In addition, you will provide at the beginning the unit overview information in the cognitive strategy areas. Please know that that references the cognitive strategy guide. So you'll see that cognitive strategy guide right here, reference to it, and also in addition in the unit overview, anytime you see this information right here, you can find more detail about that information in the strategy guide. Now, remember that your instructor guide is there to help you facilitate the learning process. I use the instructor guide in addition to the slide deck. Instructor Guide provides you with the big picture and the step-by-step sequence of the sprints, but the nitty-gritty details are in the slide deck. I open up my slide deck and then use my instructor guide to maintain the big picture as I teach and deliver the instruction.